Hey, welcome to Second Shift Review. I'm Ethan, and joining me today is my lovely wife, Ashley. Today we're doing trailer action for the Lost King exclusive trailer. You can see the trailer with us and link in the description below. So, I don't know anything about this.
Neither do I. It's about a lost king.
I think it's modern day and maybe a drama, but I don't know.
Okay.
Let's watch and we'll discuss afterwards.
Maybe it's one of those century movies that I like.
Maybe.
1500.
Let's watch.
Horse! My kingdom for a horse!
Richard III. I just don't believe someone would be that wicked because of a disability. Doesn't ring true to me.
That's your critique of Shakespeare, is it? Doesn't ring true.
We both know you've had issues.
I suffer from chronic fatigue, and yet have I ever missed a deadline?
I thought it was time to give the younger ones a chance to shine.
Well, you want people are good at being under 40, I will admit I am struggling there. But so are you.
Don't do anything impetuous, that's all I ask. We need your wages too.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Mom. Bye. Do you have any books on Richard III, the King?
I know who you mean. We have 8 titles.
I'll take them.
Which ones?
All of them.
You haven't answered our calls, you haven't answered our texts. What have you been doing?
You must be the Richard III Society. I'd like to join. I'd like to visit his grave.
There isn't one.
His mortal remains are lost to history.
I know I can find him.
You're starting to sound slightly mad.
If you could just understand the way it's made me feel. I feel energized. I feel happy. I know you're some sort of apparition. I've been trying to work out why you're here. I wonder if it's because you're lost.
How can you possibly find him on your own?
Finding a needle in a haystack would be easier.
This is starting to look a bit like an unhealthy obsession.
Plenty have tried to find him and failed.
I know you haven't been at work for the last 2 weeks.
Can you tell me what that letter represents?
Just means reserved.
Of course. I believe this is a very important historical site.
This is the equivalent of someone with a homemade rocket saying they're going to reach the moon.
You can't stop now.
Have faith in your research. Have faith in yourself.
I'm worried I won't find you.
Don't let them push you around. Stay strong.
I'm here today to tell you a story about a person who was judged unfairly in life and never given the opportunity to show their true potential. You don't happen to know where you are, do you? Might help.
Like I say, I heard about this. His remains had been missing for a long time. They didn't know exactly where his body was. They thought it was in a church, I think, but then they did some looking and they found out that he wasn't there anymore, and so he'd been lost. Well, she does all this research and she discovers that he was buried at, from what I remember in this, they moved him to a graveyard that was behind a church.
So this is based on a true story?
Yeah,
okay.
This really happened. And then a long time later, this church ended up getting torn down or something, and they ended up just modernizing it. And long story short, they made a parking lot over his grave, and she figures that out. And they dig right where she says, and he's there. And they discover his remains and everything.
They're just like this person.
They ended up doing like a forensic of his bones and stuff, and they could tell like his birth defects and like how he was killed and everything, which we had never been able to like verify before because we didn't have his bones or anything. It was just all hearsay.
Oh wow!
But yeah,
so he was deformed. He was a deformed king.
They've changed it a little bit now. I think they said that he had like a slight. His
Hump.
one shoulder was a little bit higher than the other one.
But he's not what Shakespeare...
Because he had scoliosis. But he didn't have like a severe hump like they had like portrayed him in Shakespeare and stuff. So anyway, this looks really interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Tell us what you think in the comments. If you like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe now.